Hey guys, today's video I want to share with you guys some more Dollar Tree Valentine's Day DIYs that I created, but this time I made these with a neutral kind of farmhouse style twist to them. So a lot of you guys fell in love with my last video where I created some Dollar Tree DIYs for Valentine's Day that kind of had a pink ombre theme to them. And so I wanted to create some more Valentine's Day DIYs because I was so inspired by the ones that I created. But this time I wanted to take kind of a neutral farmhouse style approach because a lot of people do like decorating for the holidays, but they don't necessarily like pink. They like those neutral tones in their homes. So I wanted to create some more DIYs for you guys with those neutral kind of farmhouse style colors that you can basically decorate in any type of home. So if that's your style, then stay tuned to the rest of this video because I have some DIYs for you guys. So for my first DIY, I made over this Happy Valentine's Day sign that I got at Dollar Tree, which looks fine on its own. But I'm going to take some matte white paint that I found at Walmart. And I'm also going to take some beige paint that's actually called Khaki, that's also from Walmart. It's the Apple Barrel brand. And I'm going to paint over these signs. I am going to remove the ribbon that it came with because to make this more farmhouse, I am going to add some twine to it to be my new ribbon to go with the colors that I'm painting it. So for the part that says Happy and Day, basically the whole red part, I'm going to be painting it white. And then the beige part that says Valentine's on it, I'm going to be painting it that khaki beige, and then also using that khaki beige paint to kind of dry brush over the white to make it look a little bit more aged, a little bit like that aged wood look. And it did take me 2 coats of the white paint and 2 coats of that beige khaki paint to completely cover up all the color and the lettering on this sign. Once the white paint and the beige khaki paint was completely dry, now I went in with some more of that khaki beige paint to basically age the white parts of this sign to make it look like that aged wood look. And so to achieve this, I'm going to be using these 2 paintbrushes that I found at Dollar Tree now. It's like these new paintbrushes they have. I'm going to use this little pointed one to deepen the lines that are in this sign to kind of, deepen it like it looks like kind of like that those wood pieces put together. So I'm going to deepen the lines to make it look like the pieces of wood are all separate. And then I'm going to go in with that what they call a stencil brush to basically dry brush kind of like a little bit of that beige khaki paint onto the white paint. And you want to be very careful with that. Once you get some paint on that stencil brush, you want to tap a lot of it off of that paintbrush. You don't want too much on that paintbrush because you are trying to get this dry brush effect. You're not trying to get big blobs of that beige on there. You just want a little bit on it to make it look like it's aged wood, like it's wood that's been beat up and been through some time. And so you don't want to have a lot of the color on that paintbrush. So you want to tap it, get as much off as you can, and then easily or like carefully dry brush it over your white parts of your wood or white parts of your sign to just give it like that aged beige wood look. I wanted to add some words to the beige part of this sign, so I'm going to use these galvanized words that they have right now for Valentine's Day. They have love, XOXO, and Valentine's in it. There's 3 in the pack, and you see me use the XOXO one on my last video. And so for this video, I'm going to be using the love one, which you'll see me in the next DIY that I'm going to share with you guys. I'm going to use the love one. But for this heart one, I'm going to actually use the one that says Valentine to put onto the beige part, the khaki part of this sign. And so to do this, all I'm going to do is I'm going to use that adhesive glue that I got at Dollar Tree that you guys have seen me use so many times in my DIYs. This adhesive glue from Dollar Tree is just as good as E6000. I love it. I always stock up on it when I see it at Dollar Tree. And so usually when I'm using these galvanized letters, I always use this adhesive glue to attach things to my projects, unless it's like a wood project that I might need wood glue for. But most of the time I use this adhesive glue, and it works great with these galvanized metal letters. And this is how the first DIY turned out. And as you can see, I added some rope to the top to be able to hang this sign, and it goes great with the burlap and the white. And I love how this is just a great neutral kind of farmhouse style way to decorate for Valentine's Day that's not necessarily pink or necessarily red, and it can go anywhere in your home. Now let's move on to that heart-shaped picture frame that I created as well, with the same type of color tones as this heart sign. For the next DIY, I took this plain cutout heart-shaped picture frame that I found in the craft section at Dollar Tree that they actually have all year round, and I basically painted it the same way that I painted the white part of the sign. I started off painting it that matte white, and then I went in with that khaki and made it, basically distressed it and aged it to look like aged wood. For the picture part of the picture frame, you could do anything you like. You could put a quote, you can print out something with love on it, anything you would like. But for me, I decided to just go in with a picture and I used a picture of my husband and my two girls because I knew I was going to add the galvanized love word onto it. So I didn't want to add like kind of a poem or type of saying or something, print out something and put it in that heart-shaped picture section, because then I felt like it was too much words. But you can do whatever you like. I'm using that adhesive glue again to add on the galvanized love words onto the wood, but I just decided to put my three loves, which is my husband and my two daughters, and just put the picture frame like that and actually use it as an actual picture frame. But again, you can do it however you want. If you want to add a poem into it, if you want to add maybe some moss in it, make it like some greenery, maybe some burlap, however you want to do it. But I just decided to just add a picture of my three loves. And this is how this DIY turned out. And this DIY can be used all year round. It's not necessarily just for Valentine's Day. So you can basically keep this up all year long. And it can be used in any part of your home as well. Now let's move on to how I dressed up some candles that I already had at home with some, neutral tones to give it like that Valentine's Day neutral farmhouse style touch. So for this DIY, I just took some candles that I already had at home, and also some burlap kind of lacy ribbon that I found at Dollar Tree a while back. And I'm going to wrap it around the candle itself. Now, Dollar Tree has plenty of candles, and they have now just recently brought out these LED tall candles as well. So you could get them there, and you can also get some at Walmart that are pretty cheap and come around $1 as well. But I'm just going to wrap the ribbon around the candle and secure it with some hot glue. And then I'm going to take the pack. They have like these packs of wooden hearts at Dollar Tree. Like they're all different sizes and different shapes and sizes. And there's this one pack that comes with like multiple sizes, multiple little hearts and different colors that you guys saw me use in my last DIYs. So I'm going to go in with the one that's just like the plain wood that's not painted at all. It's just that, just that unfinished wood. And I'm going to take the backing off of it because that backing never really sticks well. So I'm just going to take the backing off and use hot glue, and I'm going to stick it to the middle of the ribbon. And that is it for these candles. They're really easy, really simple to make, and you can make them with any candles that you have on hand at home. And because I attached the ribbon with hot glue, I can easily take the ribbon off and reuse these candles for other, for other seasons and other type of themes that I want to use them for. Now let's move on to these kind of neutral type of Valentine's Day farmhouse style beads. For this DIY, I'm going to be using the wood beads that I found in the craft section at Dollar Tree that comes in a bunch of different colors and actually 4 different sizes. Now, if you see my last video, I used the largest size beads to create kind of like some wood beads to go around this big jar. But for this DIY, I'm going to be using the second largest size to create these wood beads. So just like in my last video, in order to paint the beads, I'm going to take them and I'm going to string them along these stems that I have left over from when I created that ombre type of heart-shaped wreath. And I love using these stems to kind of like string along the beads so that they stand up and I'm able to paint them. And one of my viewers told me to actually keep all of them intact so that I'm able to paint multiple strings at one time. And I want to thank her for that tip because it really helped. Once I strung up all my beads, it was time to paint, and I'm going to go in with that same white matte paint to paint all the beads. Once the paint was fully dry on the beads, it was time to string up the beads. And I'm going to be using this twine that I found at Dollar Tree. They come 3 in a pack. And this type of twine can unravel very easily. So what I do to make it easier to string up these beads is that I cut a fresh point first. And then I take some tape and I put some tape around that point to kind of create kind of like a needle point so that it goes through the beads. Because this twine will unravel and won't slide through the beads like it needs to without a point. So take some tape and create basically kind of like a needle point so you can thread your beads easily with this twine. Once all my beads were strung up, now it's time to add my heart at the end and also to create my tassel. So I made sure that I cut enough string at each end so that I have, some leeway to create things. Now, I do not know how to create a tassel. I never have. This is the first time I ever did one. So the way that I'm creating one is probably the wrong way. And there's probably better DIY videos on YouTube that can show you a better way to make it, but I just made it the way that I thought that it would be good, and I actually like how it turns out. I don't like things to be too perfect, so I like how mine turned out. But if you don't like the way mine turned out, there's so many other videos online that could teach you a better way to make it. So what I did was I just took some twine and I wrapped it around my finger to basically create, what's going to be part of that, to make the tassel. And then I just kept wrapping it into the thickness that I felt that I wanted, and then I slid it off my fingers. And then basically I'm going to take that extra string that I have at the end and then tie that string to I'm going to loop it into I'm going to loop it into the strings that I wrapped around my hand and tie them together. Then I cut off the excess string that was there after I tied the 2 pieces together. And then I took the other side where it's looped at and took my scissors and cut it in half to basically create the fringe part of the tassel. Then I took my hot glue gun and added some glue to the top part of this tassel so that I can glue on another piece of this string and secure it in place so that I'm able to wrap this string around the top part of the tassel and finish the look of this tassel at the end of these beads. Now it's time to add a heart to the other end of these beads. Now for this you have two options. In Dollar Tree they have so many different type of hearts now, wood cutout hearts. They have this pack right here that has love on one side and it's plain on the other side. That these hearts are a little bit bigger, and they also have these pack of small hearts that you've already seen me use. Now for me, the big heart just didn't look right. I wanted my hearts to kind of match the tassel, and I felt like it was way bigger than the tassel, so I decided to go for the smaller heart. Especially because the way I'm going to be looping it around different decor pieces. So I took that unfinished heart from that pack, and again I'm taking off that backing from it, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my string. You can use a hot glue gun to actually glue the string onto the back of this heart, but for me sometimes with the glue gun it has so much gunk in the back, so I didn't want to have all that gunk in the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just take some tape and then tape the string to the back of the heart, and you know, you can use as many pieces of tape as you want, and for me I just like it because I know the way that I'm going to lay it, you're not going to see the tape, but depending on how you want it, maybe you want to have it just looped into something, and then you might want to use the big heart because the heart does have the loop. But for me, I know how I'm going to lay it, so the string is not going to be shown, so I just taped it in the back because I just rather have it like that. But it's all with preference on how you're going to use it and how you're going to display your beads, on how you want to add the string to the back of the heart. And here are how my Valentine's Day neutral beads turned out. And I like how they turned out. Again, my tassel is not the best, but hey, I tried. It was my first time ever making a tassel, and I tried. But I like the look of it not being perfect, because with farmhouse style, nothing's perfect. So it kind of goes with the style and the theme. But again, if you want yours a little bit more perfect, there's plenty of other videos out there that can teach you how to do it better. But this is just how I did mine. For my last DIY, I took this Valentine's Day hanging sign to create a flower box. And I did so by using a crate that I had already made a while back in the fall time. I made these wood crates, and I'm basically going to use that and take the piece of that sign that has the 3 hearts on it and just glue it to the front of that crate to create a new flower box for Valentine's Day. I love reusing the things that I already have in my home, because if you've watched my channel, you know I love saving money and reusing things. So the fact that I could take something that I already used back in the fall time and kind of change it up for Valentine's Day and not spend any extra money is a plus. So that's all I did, was I just took the sign and I just glued it to the front of this crate so that I could use it for Valentine's Day. And I love the colors that already came in here because it was already neutral and I didn't need to paint it. So for the flowers, I'm going in and I'm using these peachy roses and white roses that you see me use in my last video. The only thing is I'm not going to use the pink one because this is more of a neutral tone as opposed to the other one that was more of like pinkish and neutral tones. And this is how my flower box turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope I gave you guys some inspiration on how you can create some neutral farmhouse style Valentine's Day decor in your home. You really don't have to go the pink or the red route when it comes to Valentine's Day and decorating your home, especially if you're not into the red or the pink. You can definitely stay in the neutral tones and still decorate your house for Valentine's Day. And actually all the DIYs that I share with you guys today can be used in your home all year round, because when it comes to love decor can actually be kept up in your house all year round, whether it's in your bedroom or in your living room. It can be used in all parts of your home all year round. So don't just think that these DIYs that I share with you today can only be used for Valentine's Day. No, you can take these DIYs and actually create them and keep them in your house all year round. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys felt inspired. If you did and you recreate any of my DIYs, please tag me on Instagram or share them with me on here, because I love to see how you guys take the DIYs that I share with you guys and put your spin on it and put your own style on it and recreate your own things. I love seeing your DIYs and your decor pieces because it inspires me to create more things for you guys. And stay tuned, because I have one more Valentine's Day video that I want to share with you guys, because I've been inspired to create so many more, and this one's gonna have like a glam theme to it. So if you're into that glam look, then stay tuned, because I have some DIYs for you. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Hey guys, don't forget to click on the picture in the middle of the screen so you can subscribe to my channel and get notifications on all the new videos that I put out, and check out these other 2 videos that I have posted on my channel on either side of my picture. Have a great day.